7 new councillors were elected on the weekend in what is a major injection of new blood into the Dunedin City Council. Neville Peat is one of those new councillors. He's also an author and former regional councillor and the chairman of the Orokonui Ecosanctuary Trust Board. He's also the third in a series of interviews on 39 Dunedin News about the new councillors. He joins us tonight. Good evening, Neville. Congratulations.
Good evening, Rebecca.
Now tell us a little bit about your background. I understand you used to be a journalist.
Yes, a journalist. I came from high school in Mosgiel to the Evening Star, a daily in those days, and from there it's been just wordsmithery the whole way, really, using words in various ways and obviously in books as well.
Now, what made you want to get back into local politics?
Well, I'd had 3 terms on the regional council. I'd enjoyed that, but I felt after 6 years and a group of big books that I'd produced, I was keen to see the city kind of get over a few challenges and develop into what I think it deserves to be, one of the world's great small cities.
Now, you say that you support open government and you want to reduce council debt. What more can you do that hasn't already been done?
Well, I'm interested particularly in just any economies that we can make within the council operation itself. But you know, I remain to be briefed about the way the debt is structured and whether there are any opportunities to reduce it. But I think we're faced with an enormous debt, and it will be a gradual process of reducing it.
Now, as you said earlier, you want Dunedin to be one of the world's great small cities. How would you go about that?
Well, I think we've got the makings. We have an amazing cluster of cultural and sporting facilities here that a city of the size of about 150,000 would have to be created to support it all. I mean, I think, as we know, that the stadium, the Roof Stadium is there and trying to make a living, trying to pay its way, but it simply can't, I think, with the size of population we've got. So we need more people. We need a new marketing strategy for the city. And I know that's already in prospect anyway, but I'd like to be part of that. I'm interested in profile, have worked on that with various organisations, including Orokonui.
What sort of people do you want to bring to the city? I
think people who, they'll only come if there's jobs here, let's face it, and those jobs will be knowledge-based, knowledge-intensive. They could be in the biomedical research area, in health, maybe education, maybe renewable energy, certainly on the sort of advanced side of knowledge anyway. And we just need more people, so we need to promote ourselves. We've got 80,000 alumni, ex-graduates of Otago University living outside Otago in the North Island or back up or overseas, many of them, and I'd like to see some of them come back.
What are your thoughts on how the council has performed over the last decade?
I think the council's it's gone reasonably well. When you think back at 10 years as a while back, and the improvements around the CBD and that have been quite good, but there have been things that have not progressed, and I'm thinking of the steamer basin. I was involved from an NGO point of view with development of that in the early 90s. And I'd like to see a bit more development around that and that area in the harbour side.
Do you expect that you'll have to drop your role with Orokonui now that you're a councillor?
Not necessarily, although chairing it might be. Chairing does involve quite a bit of my time, but I think, you know, I'll always be a supporter of that. And you ran a clip on the Conservation Inc. conference in Dunedin, now attracting 225 people from around New Zealand, and that's a very inspiring thing. And Orokonui and all our other natural heritage stuff in Dunedin is a huge part of what we are, wildlife capital of New Zealand, and a rerun of my book, Wild Dunedin, a revision of it coming out next year will reinforce that.
Councillor-elect Neville Peat, thanks very much for your time.